was
thing.
proposed by Claire. We think we should talk about
scheduling
a separate meeting away from the GA. Where people can come and discuss whatever they want. The abrasive term is soapboxing. But it's not abrasive. Would you all like to talk about doing this?
Hi, I'm Crystal.
Hi, I'm Crystal.
In my opinion, that would be the job of the online forum.
Hi. I'm the one that proposed this. And what I was meaning, I was copying in a sense what I saw in New York, which was that General Assembly was about organization, and then afterwards there was community discussion about philosophies and ideas about why we are all here. Some people really want this to happen during GA. And it's causing us to fall behind. So if we have two meetings that everyone can attend, that would help voices be heard.
Kim, and then you.
Since General Assembly is essentially about organization, it's a good idea to either set up a separate group or have a specific area set up where people can go and literally stand on their soapbox. And they can address the general crowd. And whoever's interested can stay and listen.
Okay. Sorry I'm talking too much. I kind of nerd out on this stuff. So, bear with me. Okay. I am speaking in support of this proposal. Because other movements and actual societies that use this political process. This is the model. And it's very effective. Because at GA, we have a lot of stuff to figure out. About what we're actually doing. And Soapbox is about what we care about. And it gives us a chance to debate each other about all that fun stuff.
I propose I propose that we have a soapbox meeting at 3 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. this Saturday at Monroe Park immediately before.
At 3,
At 3 or 3:30 p.m.
direct response. In General Assembly, amongst consensus, we decided not to interfere with the rally, the women's rally, that is already in Monroe Park until 3 p.m. I propose that we suggest soapbox for after GA. We have a block.
Mic check. What I want to say is that we make clear that making general assemblies only for organizing is just for getting us started. And there will be time to discuss our political our agenda. Do I misunderstand that?
I'm sorry. Can I go on maybe? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Go ahead.
I think that you are mistaken about that process as it's been practiced in the past. We're Occupy Richmond. We're our own thing. So we can propose that. But in the past, separating administrative decisions and discussion, philosophy has been very effective. And it keeps the ground clear to continue having those conversations. What administration is taking care of.
Mic check.
No, hold on. Are we starting a stack?
I feel like we just need to agree or not agree.
Point of response. Mic check. Point of response. This gentleman over here. If we remember when he was suggesting earlier that we have, like, if I understand correct, that we have soapbox separately with whoever is present to discuss subject at hand by soapboxer. My recommendation is that we keep the unity of the GA and the conscience of the GA unified, collective, and having to do so after the GA has completed its organizational process and have been voted upon.
I have a question. Are we just discussing this as something to put on the agenda and not deciding it right here?
Yes. Correct.
Does direct response or you agree?
I was ready. Can I say direct?
Yes.
We gotta get through this quickly. Mic check. We gotta get through this quickly. I just want to get a yay or nay. We want to discuss this at the next GA. Just scheduling another time. Talk about ideas, philosophical stuff. If you're in favor of us talking about this at the GA, it's show or not show.
About talking about
Right. Just as a proposed thing on the agenda. So this is just about
having this on the agenda at the GA. To decide on it there. If we want to do it. Not deciding. Any opposed? Okay. Oh wait, we have an opposition.
Mic check. I'm just concerned. We haven't decided on a location. We won't have enough time. Saturday.
This will be Sunday.
All of this
Sunday.
will be on Sunday.
Saturday.
It's all about the occupation. It's all about the occupation. Okay. All right. Last thing. Next order.
Oh. Okay. When we come here, we reintervene. Do we care? If there's 100 people? We're doing consensus. We need to decide. A modified consensus. We need to decide. This is something. We need to talk about. At the next GA. On Sunday.
I'm just starting stack.
Okay. She's in stack first for the next comment, but not. Okay.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Once we begin the occupation,
It
it is unlikely
is unlikely
that we will have 100 people
we will have 100 people
at all times.
at all times.
Once we start the occupation,
Once we start the occupation,
we will have a schedule for GA.
we will have a schedule for GA,
GA is GA.
and GA is GA.
Whether 10 people
Whether it's 10
or
people
2,000.
or 2,000.
We decided last GA
We decided last GA
that a 100-person quorum
that a 100-person quorum
was required
was required
to start this GA.
to start this GA.
We never set quorum for GA.
We never set quorum for GA.
Therefore, I think we're in GA.
I think we're in GA
Because we're here.
because we're here.
GA started.
GA started.
If we want to, set a quorum for future GA,
For future
we
GA,
can do that by consensus.
we can do that by consensus.
So, just to bring us to clarity on that point,
Just to bring us to clarity on that point,
I'm going to hand it over to the facilitator
I'm going to hand it over to the
to
facilitator
find out
to find out
if we have consensus.
if we have consensus.
This is still GA
This is still GA
with decision-making power
with decision-making power
or not.
or not.
Okay. Show of hands that this is a General Assembly. Show of hands that it's not a General Assembly. We'll go you and then you.
This is a General Assembly.
This is a general
However,
assembly.
however, it does not have decision-making power.
It does not have decision-making power.
He said it.
Okay, I got here late,
I got here late.
so I'm not sure how that process works.
I'm not sure how that process works,
But it sounds pretty good.
but it sounds pretty good.
Because as I understand it,
Because as I understand
the GA
the GA
was scheduled at 5,
the
GA was scheduled at 5.
and it's 8:15.
and it's 8:15.
A GA that goes on that long,
A GA that goes on that long,
it's unfair.
It's unfair
to people who thought decision making was going on at 5.
to people that thought decision making was going on at 5.
For decision making to be going on at 8.
for decision-making to be going on at 8.
I know this is a contentious issue right now,
I know this is a contentious issue right now.
but people with privilege
People with privilege
are able to stay longer,
are able to stay longer,
don't have kids to go home to.
don't have kids to go home to.
So I like the discussion that's going on,
I like the discussion that's going on,
but decision making power
but decision-making power
needs to happen
needs to happen
within an explicit time frame.
within an explicit time frame.
That's all I have to say.
Point of process.
Process is, I just saw another 6 people leave. 1/3 of the group, when I spoke last, has now departed. And I would warrant that some of them may have been interested in connecting with the working group. And we have set priorities among ourselves and get disciplined. There isn't anything that's been said that I disagree with and that I don't think we will address in the future. But priorities tonight, from my perspective, should be to allow people to connect with what has to happen between now and Saturday.
Okay, hold on.
End of it. That's
Okay,
it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. We just had stat going and I don't.
My concern,
My concern.
my check, my concern
My concern
the agenda
is the agenda
will be set by a small group of people.
by a small group of people
That disenfranchises
that disenfranchises
the rest of us.
the rest of us
Want to talk about stuff.
that want to talk about stuff.
Can't that be said at Sunday's assembly? There's one.
No.
Hold on.
We have stat.
Sorry.
All right, guys. It took like an hour and a half, but I'm talking. All right, mic check. This is about location.
This is about location.
What I'm going to say.
What I'm going to say.
And mic check. All right. I have like 3 points. I think we should go to one location.
I think we should go to
No. I'm just going to say it because I feel exhausted repeating myself.
Okay.
I understand the importance of people's life,
Megan.
but I really want us to get on the point of where we're going.
Sorry,
and I
one
understand.
second. Can everyone hear? Let's see a show of hands just to make sure.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. All right. So
Someone not here?
Come closer. Close the circle.
All right, so I understand that there's a lot of contention about whether or not we're going to decide tonight where we go, and a lot of people want to decide the day of. They want to decide Saturday afternoon. So this is not a case to decide tonight, although I wish it was. But this is simply an argument so that when you get to Saturday, everyone here has a more educated understanding of the options, and then we can make it a lot swifter. Because we're going to have a couple hundred more people and a couple hundred more cameras on it. That's going to be kind of intense. And before we do any working groups, before we decide where we can put the porta potties in the sanitation group, we got to decide, like, are we at A or are we at B, right? So here's my case for Kanawha Plaza, and if you disagree, I totally understand, but I've just got 3 points. The first point is relevance. This is Occupy Wall Street. We have a financial district in the city with one of 12 Federal Reserve buildings, and 2/3 of it's underground, and all of SunTrust in Huntington Williams and McGuire Woods, all the same one corporation, all those buildings, Dominion is down there, and the public park is right in the middle of it. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing, still on that relevance issue, okay, if we go to Monument, we're going under Civil War statues and a fan demographic, and it might kind of just a little bit distract from what we're trying to do. If we go to Monument, you're my brothers and my sisters, and I'll be there with you, and I can't wait. But I would argue for Kanawha for the sake of relevance and occupying our actual Wall Street. Okay, so that's just the first point. The second point is safety. If a kid in a sleeping bag gets run over by a car that like bumps up on a median on Monument, I'm gonna feel really bad, and I don't want that to happen at all. Also, we could be jaywalking. We're gonna be like going in between those medians, and if we get caught, like, I mean, that's a loophole that they can pull us on. I don't want anyone to get screwed on a jaywalking charge and we all get swiped up or something like that. Okay, so there's relevance. There's safety, and the last point, which is a little bit more contentious, but I'm going to make it anyway, is sanity. If they're offering us a permit and we can go to Kanawha Plaza and we can have the confidence of families and the media and people to come and see us, and we have the power over that permit once we have it. I understand this is a debatable issue for some people, but I'm saying that if Captain Smith, the head of Special Forces, is offering us a permit, we should take that power into our own hands. We don't need it because it's our first right to assemble. And we can exercise our First Amendment right by assembling with or without the permit. And fuck it, we're going to occupy either way, right?
That's right.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm making a case for Kanawha because I'd like to cut the head off the dragon. I'm not trying to invade the Federal Reserve building, but I'd like to point at it. I think we should go there. So when we make this process. So when we make, all right. When we make the decision on Saturday, you guys all have that information.
Can you tell people where Kanawha Plaza is?
Okay, so Kanawha Plaza, does anyone have the exact address? It's in front of the Federal Reserve.
701 East Bird Street, but it's different on the other side.
Okay, so 701 East Bird Street. Another thing about the safety issue, there are walls in the back of the plaza that we can be like corralled into, which is a real concern to me. But the walls are only in the very back. The whole front is like this beautiful manicured park, and it's open, and there's a huge public sidewalk. There's also a stage, like literally the stage is set. Okay, that's everything.
Thank you. If you're going to do the point, what's your name, lady?
Megan!
Any clarification? Yeah, I thought that we were discussing agenda points for the next meeting, or the next GA, outside of location. Location's obviously a big priority, but I thought we were discussing everything else. There were 3 other points, so I don't know why we're making proposals about location.
All right.
There was a woman up here talking. Where is she?
Megan?
No, not that
Hold
one.
on. Is your blocks about
Alex, let's
proposals?
go. I don't know
All right,
if there's a proposal in hand. We need to ask Megan that.
Yeah. Megan?
I think it was a statement of her ideas.
Yeah.
What did you have an actual proposal? Do you think people are moving?
Okay, counterpoint. I can explain this if you would.
Do you have a counterpoint?
This
is direct response.
My apologies. This is not a proposal. This is a suggestion. We're trying to get this out of the way and all to think about what we're going to do on Saturday.
There's a lot of red tape here. We can't actually make a decision, even though we're all here, we're all talking, because we decided at the first GA that we have to wait till Saturday, which I think is kind of suicide. But for the sake of this ritual and this process, which we're all learning to communicate with each other, which is so important, let us wait until Saturday to make this decision. But I'm just discussing and giving you guys all the information so we can get here and everyone's like, I I don't know, blah, blah. It's taking everyone to make forever to make a decision.
As facilitator, I think the issue at hand was discussing what's going on Sunday and not what's happening Saturday with the larger group.
Okay,
So we're proposing agenda points that may or may not be discussed in General Assembly for Sunday, not for Saturday.
Okay.
We have this lady next, and then we have her next.
Okay, I'm Epiphany. I just kind of had a point on what she was saying with people of privilege. I myself, being a female minority who is economically considered part of the working poor and not part of a privilege, and was actually took off a little early from work to actually be able to be here because the way that some of these GAs are planned and the timings, not everyone that participates here is particularly a student. So, I think that my opinion is just as valid as any to be, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like a blanket statement that you kind of threw over things of like, there are people here that are privileged because I myself am not.
She said not so.
Okay, so that was a point to the
The thing that she was saying about making decisions here because, personally I was, had to take off early from my job to be able to even attend it because a lot of the things are...
Direct response?
Yeah, my point was to say that because the meeting was scheduled for 5, and I think there were a lot more people at 5, between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
That people go home because they have obligations. So I wasn't saying that everyone here is privileged, definitely not, but that it's a way, when meetings go on for a really long time, it's a way of filtering people, like, it starts to, like, funnel down as it becomes a bigger, brain to come here. Is that, am I answering? Okay.
Season wasn't stacked next.
Mic check.
Mic check.
As I understand, we agreed to meet 3 points. For General Assembly. And I think we have 2. And I would like to suggest a third point, which is location. I would like to suggest that we talk about location on Sunday instead of, excuse me, wait, no, I'm sorry, I got my days backwards, I'm so sorry.
This is all.
Minus. No, I totally confused myself.
Okay, she's done. Take that off.
But we have one more point to make, so.
You have more agenda items? We need to come up with a third. That's what we chose.
Is there a meeting tomorrow?
He has a proposal for a third.
A third agenda item, mic check.
Mic check.
I think that we should propose that we have a 3-minute limit on anybody speaking at one time.
I think we should propose that we have a 3-minute. Can everyone hear? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys can probably all hear me. Because we're losing so many people that we're never going to be able to make decisions because this is taking so long. If we place a 3-minute limit on it, you talk for 3 minutes, you make your point, you're concise, and you're done. That's it. If you have to make a response, you get a chance to make a response. But after that, you're done. We need to be able to make organizational decisions a little bit better than we have, at least today.
I'm sorry.
Otherwise, we're going to be getting to Saturday and it's going to be 6 o'clock and we're going to be like, where are we going? We can't do that.
So the proposal is
3 minutes.
to propose during General Assembly on Sunday that instead. No, we're proposing for Sunday. Saturday's going to just for clarification, Saturday again is going to just be about location. The whole General Assembly will take up location, believe me. This is a Sunday General Assembly and things that we feel need to be fixed, and then we can continue on from there. Do you want to say what you said? I'm just going to clarify.
I'm going to do like race, gender.
The third proposal from him was to propose in General Assembly on Sunday a 3-minute limit on speakers, not during General Assembly, right? Not during soapbox?
Yeah,
during General Assembly, not during soapbox, if that passes. Can we see a show of hands of agreement of that being the third topic we talk about? Direct response?
One proposal I have is that if any discussion goes on for certain length of time, obviously there's not consensus, so it can be delegated directly to a group to meet on for the next day. So if we're talking about documentation starts Saturday night, theoretically, we're going to talk about this on Sunday. So that means if the decision can't be made within a few minutes, automatically just push it to a group and say this group is going to discuss this. If you want to talk about it, go talk about it between now and
Direct
tomorrow.
response?
Mic check.
Mic check.
We'll discuss that on Sunday.
We'll
discuss it on Sunday.
Is that a proposal? Did that come across as a proposal? Okay. Do we have any?
I want to vote.
What?
I just want to get the vote over.
Yeah. Do we have
We've got
any?
another.
Oh,
I believe that. Well, am I speaking now?
Go ahead.
I think you're with this one.
All right. I believe that people are leaving because big decisions are not getting made here. Instead, we're discussing about smaller issues that I'm not going to say they don't matter, but they're not as relevant to the group as a whole.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Is it relevant
Is it relevant
to bring up another
to bring up another
agenda item proposal?
agenda item proposal?
We're talking about one already on the deck.
We had one, which was a 3-minute.
We're going to vote on that, right?
And we actually, yes.
If we get through the third one, then there's not room for another. And I have a competing.
Okay, here's the thing, guys. In the larger group, we did decide that we were going to come to 3. And in the bigger group, we came to some other decisions. So some decisions have been being made and some we're trying to go back on. So I'm just trying to hear everyone's opinion on these. Are there only 2 proposals left? Does anyone else in the group have a proposal for, other than these 2? You have one?
No, one proposal left.
Just other than we're at 3 right now. So we have a 4th.
We already have a third one.
We haven't voted on it.
Mic check.
Mic check.
We have a finance issue
We have a finance issue
that needs to be discussed
that needs to be discussed
in a General Assembly
in General Assembly
with full quorum.
with full quorum.
I'm just reminding the group of that.
I'm just reminding the group.
I will withdraw
I will withdraw
if that's what's on the floor.
if that's what's on the floor.
I didn't know what the process was.
Why can't we decide to
I'd like
Because
to
you can't decide
propose.
outside of a full GM.
Haven't we already decided on the 3-minute thing? Or, well, it was 3 to 5 minutes, but I believe we've come to consensus on
We
that
had a little
already.
bit. You're right that the 3 minutes was discussed, and I don't have someone with the minutes.
Nobody said that consensus was reached.
Nobody said consensus was reached on that. Okay, I remember discussing it. I don't think consensus was reached.
I've been writing down potential agenda points. I can just talk again. I've been writing down potential agenda points. I think everybody is ready to move along and go home. If we can just kind of agree on finance being the third.
So let's take a finance group existing for transparency purposes. Sunday we talk about this. Let's take a vote. Let's see it. In disagreement. Okay, no disagreement. So we have 3.
So we've got 3 agenda points for Saturday, which is where, what to bring, and route. And I just added those in because those seem really just like the basics of actually getting somewhere on Saturday, in addition to the where. Is everybody okay with that? Yes. Is anybody against that?
We need to get stuff done now. Because honestly, right now, it's a joke. And if you have no movement, how are we supposed to get anything done? You need a location. I know we don't have enough people here.
We have already decided in consensus that we're going to do that in General Assembly on Saturday. We are not allowed to discuss that right now.
Oh my goodness.
The General Assembly's over, right?
I'm just reminding you what was already reached in consensus. We can discuss, but we can't make any decisions.
I propose that we adjourn for the evening.
I propose that we adjourn for the evening.
And then do we want to just talk together, not in GA, about location and all that stuff?
Got a group.
Hey, I love to have some comfort people that wanted to.
There's a motion on the floor. Point of order. Food kitchen. Up and out. Nice to meet you.
Anybody want to be in comfort?
I would like every group to consider the possibility that you don't know where you're going to be and have a contingency plan for wherever we're going to be.
Somebody